Welcome to Red Stars Report, a podcast for fans of the Chicago Stars and a community for everyone. I am your host, LT.
And I am finally back as the co-host Liz. I feel like I've been away for a while.
It's it's sort of just been a while since we've had just sort of a normal episode of the podcast. Our Media Day special is out now. That's what we released a couple weeks ago. Go watch, go listen to that if you haven't. Hear from players. Karen Lietzau is also in there. Just talking about the 2025 season and sort of going over some stuff that they want to improve on from last season. Really good content, just great stuff from the players. So, go check that out. Um, so today we just, have some updates on the club, the roster, some injury news, and of course, the new kit that just dropped. So let's just get right into the news out of the way before we start talking about the kit. Roster updates. Goalkeeper Sydney Schneider has left camp to join Tampa Bay in the Super League. So Sydney was brought back in as an NRI after her contract ended last season. So it's nice to see her sort of get an opportunity somewhere else, even if it's not with Chicago.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not surprised. I felt like when she came back as only an NRI, I kind of felt like the writing was on the wall a little bit there.
Yeah.
So
The
I'm glad that she found a home though.
the club also already has three keepers signed. So any keeper that's in camp is not gonna sign this season at least. So there's no room. But
No.
obviously they just want to continue to look at keepers as the years go on. So good for Sydney going to play with Tampa Bay. Hopefully she can, get some minutes there and extend her career. So that'd be cool.
Well, as we witnessed though with the U.S. Women's National Team, the loss of Alyssa Nair is very impactful. So that's why we need to keep some eyes on some other fresh keepers out there because we saw how much of a drop off there is. I'll just leave it at that.
Call
She
up
didn't believe enough.
call up PTJ.
Right.
The club also added midfielder Cassie Rohan to the camp as a non-rostered invitee. Cassie was an NRI in 2020 with the club. She's an Illinois native. I love when we get Illinois natives, obviously. She last played in Sweden. I watched some of her film on there and some of her college film. From what I can gather, it seems like she has some pretty good vision of the pitch, knows where to find her teammates a lot. Nothing incredibly special sort of stood out with this edition, but it's nice to see someone who's been around this club before sort of get another chance, especially a local kid. And then also looked like she played several different positions when she was in Sweden. So, versatility is always a good thing to see.
Yeah, that's kind of the name of the game. I feel like the more versatile you can be, the more you're likely going to make a roster because injuries happen, as we all know. And so if you can play multiple positions, that makes you very valuable on. I mean, I don't want to say that the NWSL roster size is a small, but like if you can play multiple positions, then that's going to make you more valuable than somebody else that might play just one singular position. So it's good to make yourself an option. And clearly, there's something that Lauren and crew see from her that they like. It I would like to maybe get more defenders, but midfield, let's
Well,
go.
one of the positions that looked like she was playing in Sweden was center back. So
Hey, I mean, I feel like outside back is kind of the need at the moment a little
I
bit
also
though.
saw her at
So
outside back one time.
okay, good. Okay,
So
good. I did
she,
not
like I
look up
said,
any film on her.
versatility. Um,
I'm
I'm not
okay. That's fine.
I'm not quite sure. I mean, a couple of the NRIs have also played on the defensive side. I think Justina Gaynor as well has
Yes.
defensive experience. So that and one of the main reasons that we are talking about that is because of injuries and also just the lack of signing defenders, but injuries, more specifically, Natalia Kuika. We got no immediate update on Natalia Kuika as of this recording, but she did suffer an anterior knee sprain while she was on international duty with Finland. In a statement provided by Finland, they said that her ACL structures showed to be intact, and that Natu had traveled back to the U.S. for further evaluation by Chicago's medical team. I spoke with a club representative, and they provided no further update on Natu, other than that the club is waiting for the team to return from Florida to sort of have all of their medical associates and the team doctor back in Chicago to check on her injury and get a full report out to the public.
Yeah, unfortunate, but positive that hopefully everything is intact and structurally sound, and just take it easy. Obviously, you don't want to rush back with something like that and make it a lingering thing. So again, we need some defenders and things, but hopefully she's not out for too long. You don't know. With that sort of very vague information, it's so hard to say how long she's going to be out for. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to take it week by week with that sort of thing.
Yeah, it depends on like the grade of the sprain, and it could be a couple weeks, it could be a couple months. We have no idea until there's further information. So um, we won't really talk about like the potentials of what's going to happen without her because we don't know right now if there's even going to be a without her currently. So um, we'll talk about more about that later once we get the full update from the club. But another injury that has happened during preseason is the club also provided me with information on that cast on Ava Cook's arm that some of us may have seen in an Instagram post by Shay Groom. A club representative said that she sustained an injury to her left arm during camp, but the injury has not affected her training status. So it's good to know that this likely won't keep her out of any matches or training or anything, but expect Ava to have a cast on because
I
that's
mean,
Ava.
if you had to pick a player that's probably going to have a cast on, I feel like it's going to be Ava. I feel like
Yeah,
to me, not I'm not happy that she's hurt, but I'm happy that she's clearly going all out in practices and scrimmages and things like that. So she's clearly feeling good on her knee. So I that to me is a good sign. I'm not obviously trying to say that I'm okay that she's in a cast. But she
right.
clearly fully participating in things, it
Yes.
seems like.
Participating enough to do something to her arm. So
Yes.
that's interesting. It is like I think last preseason it was those pictures of her with full on nosebleed or her face was like bashed in or something. It was like
Every time.
oh man, every season there's something. But like I said, that's Ava. So hopefully her arm heals up. It's not like she needs it for soccer entirely. So you know, we
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, the club. I also wanted to talk about the fact that the club has also provided no update. I guess the update would be that there is no update from the club. The last time that I inquired about it about Mal. So just sort of be patient on that one. She's still not with the club. I know some people were sort of slightly worried that her name was not available in the customization section when the new kits were launched. But it's now been added to that list. Her name's been added to that list, and a statement by the store said that it was human error when the options were being added. So go buy your Mal kits, and we'll keep you updated on any info that we get.
Quite an error. Just gonna say that and not calling anybody
Yeah,
out, but like, that's not the player that you probably want to leave off,
yeah, that
especially with
was
all of the things
I,
happening that are happening that we don't know anything.
many comments from people of
Yes.
like, what does this mean? And I'm like, I don't know. Luckily, it
Right.
was just a whoops, we didn't type her name in, sort of thing. And then
And no sort of update from US soccer when now that we've just finished an international break either on Mal status. So
Yeah.
no information, which again, I don't think that we expect until Mal comes back. I don't think we're going to hear anything, which
Ye-
is take
Yeah,
her time with whatever she's going through.
I'm not, I just wanted to let people know that the last time that I inquired about it, I was told that there's
Yep.
no update. So, you don't need to ask anymore because there's no update.
I
Uh,
got nothing.
yeah, nobody has anything.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about was international duty. Usually this is the point where we talk about um, the US, but there are no Chicago Stars on the US women's national team currently. So there's no local news there. But
So weird.
we do have several players that were playing internationally. Obviously, we just talked about Natalia Kuika, who was with Finland. Ludmila spent some time with Brazil as well. Um, so the other one's Julia Grosso. She got a few starts or a couple of starts under the new Canadian national team head coach, Casey Stoney. In her first start in the team's new era under Stoney, Grosso scored a goal, which was awesome to see. So it's good to see her kind of getting more opportunity early on to see more minutes than she did under the previous head coach. At least early indications are that she seems to be in some sort of favor with Casey Stoney. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I just think also for her, I feel like the second when she came to Chicago, she struggled like and that's understandable. You're coming in midway through the season. We've talked about this at length. For her to see the ball go in the back of the net at any level, I think is really good. So hopefully she takes that from Canada and comes back to camp with Chicago in preseason and really hits the ground running again with them and then into the season. So it was good to see. I just can't cheer for Canada ever. So like, yay, Julia, but no.
If you want to see Julia Grosso's thoughts on her play and her evolution coming into this season, go check out our media day special. She talked about it in there. It's good to know that she also felt the same about her transitioning into a club midseason and stuff. So look forward to her growing her confidence with Canada, as many players do with their international teams. They play there, they gain confidence, they come back to domestically and play well, which is good. So hopefully a nice bright start to the season for Julia as her 2025 has started really well.
It was kind of
Um,
odd though that Brazil didn't have any games this window. Like they
yeah,
just
just
had
some
camp.
training stuff. Yeah,
So yeah, no updates really with Ludmila with that. She just was with Brazil and no games, but they're prepping because they're playing the US in April. They've got two games against the US. So they've probably what they
got
were
a
doing
double
is
prep without any.
yeah, no, double prep for the United States. So that'll be fun. So Ludmila will be playing on United States soil here in April. So if she gets called in, I'm assuming she's going to, but
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
that's
And then we're going to have some stuff to talk about. That'll be a good time.
yes, that will be. We'll be talking a lot about Brazil. Hopefully, Mal's may be back at that time so we can talk about her. But the fact that we can't even talk about Alyssa anymore is very sad.
Well, I threw it out there anyway, slightly. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in other local domestic news within Chicago, the club has released the schedule for the theme nights and giveaways. This season, it looks like every home match will sort of have its own theme. I'll put the info up on the screen if you're watching on YouTube because I really don't want to list all 13 of the theme nights. It looks like the home opener giveaway is like a beanie with like a Velcro patch on it, and then almost every subsequent match has a beanie patch for that spot that correlates to each match's theme. So it's sort of like a collect them all and swap them out for whichever theme you sort of want to show off. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to play that, collect them all game to get people who love collecting things to sort of come out to every single match to hopefully get all 13 of them or 12 of them, or would be 13 because the beanie has a patch originally, or maybe it's 12. I think
Yeah.
there was one theme night that has no beanie patch, but whatever.
I no idea.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I
I
didn't
get
know what a beanie patch was at first, and I had to like figure that out. I was like, oh, it's like a thing that you stick on a hat. Okay, got
yeah,
it.
but if you miss the home opener,
Then you don't have the hat.
then you don't have the hat to put all the other patches on.
Yeah,
Or do
it's
you
interesting.
always get the hat with the
I doubt
patch?
it.
Or
So you're
can
gonna
you
have to
buy the
bring the
hat?
hat. That's a good question. Yeah, like I have so many questions about it. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's fun, as you said, like to collect it. But again, if you miss the first game, you don't have the item that all the rest of the things go on.
And there's
So
also only 450 beanies in the first one, and then 1,000 patches every match. So that doesn't make any sense either.
I don't know. Do they maybe they're going to sell them and they're trying I have
I
no
don't
idea.
know what I I didn't look too much into it. I just it was just
I like
interesting.
standalone giveaways personally myself for individual games
Yeah.
because then that way you don't have to be like, oh, I don't have the hat from the home opener, so I don't really need this thing because I
Yeah.
can't do anything with it. But I do get where they're going with it a little bit.
And I like that they're theming all of the home matches to sort of it not just be like, hey, come watch the team. It's like a hey, come celebrate this thing every single
I
week
know
with
you're
us.
disappointed though.
That's cool that there's no Star
There's
Wars night.
no Star Wars night.
I
No
wanted
Star
that.
Wars night.
I I wanted last season, the Riot Fest match was supposed to be Star Wars night, and because of all of that, and then some other stuff that happened with like the manufacturing and stuff of the bobbleheads or whatever, there was no bobblehead. There was no Star Wars bobblehead. I imagined it was going to be some sort of like Mal Star
It was going to
Wars
be Alyssa
or
Nair
something. Was
dressed
it
up as
Alyssa?
Darth Vader with a lightsaber, is my guess.
That's
And
your
that's a
guess.
complete made up guess.
My guess it would probably be Mal. Either way, the Riot stuff, Fight Fest stuff sorted itself out. There was a match that night. It was still technically Star Wars night, but there was no. I went. There was whatever. I wanted a Star Wars night this year. There's no Star Wars night. I'm very sad.
No. But they did bring back Bark in the Park again, which
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
is a
Those
big
that's a
hit.
fan favorite. That is a fan favorite.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. I love dogs. So
I wish,
I'll
but
be up
we
in the press box looking down at all the dogs that I'm allergic
I
to.
would
Even though I
love to
love
be
them.
able to bring Frank, but that is too long of a drive, and we would not do well in the setting of that situation. So
Yeah,
no,
okay.
but it would be fun. He would be there in spirit
Yeah. So let us know what you think about the giveaways and the different theme nights and which theme nights you're excited about. I'd like to see everyone's thoughts on that.
because there's
Um,
still the one that's TBA because it's the TBD location, so
yeah.
we don't know anything.
Oh, we have no idea. It's going to be a doubleheader with the fire at Soldier Field. It has to be. It
Right,
has to
because
be.
there it's like
You're not even announcing
Chicago.
a theme night. It's like
The fire said it's like
the
Chicago
fires,
something.
yeah, it's like some kind of like Chicago pride or Chicago history or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't remember what it was, but that's their theme match, and therefore it's probably Chicago Stars as well. We'll find out. Thanks, Frank.
God, that scared me. Anyway, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
great transition, Frank. Let's move into the next subject.
He's clearly tired of us talking about that.
Move on. Um, so the club throughout the years has had a couple of different local broadcasters for when you didn't have, CBS or Paramount Plus, and nowadays every streaming platform on the planet. Last season, I think every match that was on NWSL Plus and wasn't on like any of the major platforms was on Marquee Sports. This season, the club and Fox 32 Chicago announced that they will be the club's local broadcaster for the 2025 season. The station will broadcast 8 matches this season and provide their own local play-by-play for the games. Some of the matches or some other matches will still be on Marquee Network. So they extended their deal with them as well. So two local broadcasters for this season, 8 matches on Fox 32 Chicago, and then I'm not quite sure how many on Marquee. So plenty of opportunity to have the club on people's TVs this season locally when you can't watch them on whatever other platform they're on.
I think it's a good sign. I like that you're getting more local, like in engagement, I guess,
Mhm.
with the team, because if you put it on a channel that people can just flip on instead of like something specific like NWSL Plus or Prime or whatever, then people might just turn it on because they see it. They're like, oh, who's Chicago Stars FC? And then they might leave it on. So I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't get that channel, so it doesn't. I don't live in Illinois, so it doesn't do much for me, but I'm glad that people will get to watch it. I believe last year people were talking about with Marquee that it was different commentary than it was like local
Mhm.
commentary compared
Yep.
to what you
Yeah.
get. So it's not like they're just pushing the broadcast over. So you're
Yeah,
going to
there's
get local
no, it's not just
commentary.
simulcasting,
Yep.
it's all local. And I'm pretty sure that if I remember correctly in Fox 32's announcement, it's like one of their people that works for the station that's doing the play-by-play. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that for sure because then you're going to get. I like it that there's going to probably be a little bit of bias there. Why not? Like you want that a little bit because I feel like in the like broadcast for everybody else, it's they never favor Chicago. So we need a little home cooking on the broadcast. So I wish I could listen to one, but hopefully people share in the Discord and things about how that goes.
Yeah.
Because I know people last year were sharing about it as well.
And I like the fact that I heard someone say that it was Fox 32 that approached the Stars about the partnership. So it wasn't the Stars shopping around to find a local broadcaster. It was Fox 32 going straight to them and saying we'd like to put your matches on our air. So that's cool. I like that.
Yep.
That's a good sign for representing the city and the city knowing who you are, which is their whole goal currently.
Which yeah, that's a part of the problem. So yeah, if they can just start being more talked about, like you're assuming then if they're on their air, they're going to do more stories on them, they're going to do more coverage, and
Yep.
then in even the game broadcast you might get more personalized stories of players and things like that. So I think overall it's a really good move, so I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I agree completely. And then while you're watching, both in person and on TV, you'll get to see Chicago's new secondary kits for whenever they wear those, whether they're at home or away. Let's talk about this. The alter ego kit, as it has been dubbed.
Yeah.
This is from the release. It says a menacing alter ego to impose on our opponents anywhere we go. When our players don this kit, they embody an indomitable force. The sleek, dark design with liquid metal-like patterns symbolizes the relentless intensity that lies within and our ability to adapt to any challenge. As our team steps on the field, they carry with them the mentality of this alter ego, its embodiment of a fierce, unyielding spirit that refuses to back down. So, what are your thoughts on this new alter ego kit?
I mean, it's first and foremost, it's black. So that's interesting because we've done black in the past. And but we're going back to it. And I like I like the contrasting colors. That's the I'm a big colors. I like when things contrast. So you've got the black and then you've got the red trim and then down the sides you've got the red and blue stripe. My favorite thing is the fact that that blue stripe is on the kit because then they have the blue socks.
Mhm.
And I that is my favorite part of the whole thing. That look, I
It's on
love
the
it.
shorts too.
Yes, I don't I never saw a picture of the shorts. I didn't pay attention to the
I
shorts. See, I
saw
should
it
have
in
paid
person.
attention.
It's
Oh
on the
yeah.
shorts.
So the stripe goes down in the shorts too. Okay.
Mhm.
So I like see it's my favorite thing. I love it because I love the blue socks because it's such
Yeah.
the contrast. I like the contrasting look. I don't know how into the whole metally pattern I am. I
Sure.
like the idea of it. I just am not. I need to see it. Like I didn't like the kits last year when I saw them initially, and then once I watched them on TV, I saw it and I'm like, okay, I like this. So I have a feeling I'm going to sit here and say this, and then like a month down the line, I'm going to be like, yeah, those are all right.
Yeah, sometimes kits grow on you for sure.
Yeah.
I really do like this kit a lot. I think more than the primary kit. Like you said, I just need to look at it a little more, especially in person, to sort of really get my full uh, balance between the two. I even like the contrast between the two kits, like the fact that you have this like bright blue with the red, and then um, the next week they'll be wearing this black with some accents of their actual primary colors of the team. I think that's really cool. Like the idea of the black and red playing this role of an alter ego as opposed to the primary kit. So playing into the idea of putting fear into your opponent while they're in their own stadium is fun. The liquid metal design I think is cool. I think it looks great in person. I hope I had the opportunity to see it at Media Day in person, and I was taken aback by the fact that it was black and red. I did not expect that. I expected it to be more so like the colors of the last year's secondary kit and then the logo. Like I expected to see that logo behind me, those colors sort of be a little bit more prominent, but black and red, I was just like, oh, okay, like we're doing this now. Um, I don't like some of the placements of like the splashes, which is why I'm not saying it's like a 10 out of 10 kit. Um, I love the little collar. I hope that everyone saw the clip I had posted about Ava talking about wanting to play with the collar popped up. She also said that she wanted to add it to like a celebration or something, maybe like that would be fun. Um, like you, I love the blue and red stripe down the side. Um, and like I said, it's present in the shorts as well, which makes the blue socks feel less out of place. I know like when the pictures of the players were coming out, people were like, "What's up with the blue socks?" And it's like it makes sense when you see like the whole thing from the side. It makes a lot more sense cohesively. The monochrome logo, I think, is a fine idea. I just thought it was kind of odd to do in your first season with like new logo, new colors. Like that's the only thing that I would kind of say about that. Like, I get the fact that they wanted it monochrome because then it matches the liquid metal colors, but like, why why put this logo out there and be like, let's get people to know the logo, know the colors, everything. Like, this is who we are, and then immediately monochrome it. Like, I don't know. That felt odd. And then I think it'll stand out on TV, which is a big thing for me. The full kit will really stand out. So that's a big thing for me. Is I need to when I'm not in the stadium, I need to be able to see that kit prominently on TV. So I
And
like
read the
it
numbers. That's the
and
thing. Like
and
what
read the numbers.
yeah, we're going to be able to read the numbers with this one. I think black will be a good contrast because the numbers will be in white. So it'll be it'll be good. Yeah, I do like a dark kit with accented colors that really pop. And so that's why I like that. But I agree that that's my thing with the metal thing, the pattern. It feels like it's kind of on like one side almost more. And seems like I don't it'd be the right side, I feel like has
Yeah,
more of the metally like pattern and then it's
yeah,
less on the left. And I would rather it be I don't know. I wish that it's kind of chaotic too. And so
yeah.
that's
I think
why
that's
I'm
sort of the
like,
point.
yeah, but I don't like how it's kind of all on one side. I wish that it would be chaotic, but it would be equal across the side of the, but that the,
Yeah, I think it's
I,
supposed to be like splashes go, one direction and then like
yeah,
fall over themselves. So I think that was the purpose of it, is like it'll go up the left side or the right side of the kit and then like splashes over, because you can tell like like the crest on one side doesn't have any splash like around it, because like the splash on the other side is like coming towards it. Um, I don't know. I like that it's at least has the design on the back too. Um,
yeah.
it's not just like
A,
and I know that
a, a square that's blank, that's a solid color.
there's some designs that you can't put stuff on the front and back. This is one where you can. Like the primary kits with that, all those like angled stripes and stuff. Like you can't just put more stripes on the back. It would look ridiculous. So that's why the primary kit has solid blue colors. But I do like the kit. It'll go to a 10 out of 10, I'm sure, eventually. The more I look at it, especially when I wear it in person, whenever I get mine. It's I like the collar. I already said it, but I have one collar kit, but it's like a full collar, and I don't really like it that much. This is like a half collar, which
Yeah.
I think feels a little more appropriate for a soccer kit, or at least one to just sort of wear as like an everyday outfit thing. Um, so that's why I like that part of it.
Yeah, I agree. I like the small color. If it was a bigger one, I would not be that much of a fan. I didn't notice it at first. But then I looked a little closer because I was looking at the details, and like when I saw the side image, that's when I saw the stripes on the side. And I was like, oh, there's a little collar at the back. I saw like the fold, and I was like, oh, that's a part of it that I feel like somebody should have popped it in their pictures when they
I was
were
thinking the
doing.
same thing. Like, why
Yeah.
didn't anybody pop it in the photos? That
Yeah.
would have been great.
Yeah, I think people don't, I don't know if people still realize, a lot of people maybe, that there is a collar. So unless they saw your clip from Ava
Right.
talking about it, and if they did, but that might have been the first time they noticed, oh, there is a collar, because it wasn't something that they really mentioned fully, I feel like, when they were talking about it. So
No.
yeah, I like it though. I like it for now. I probably will like it more. I don't hate it. So that's a positive because I feel like I'm pretty picky, but Chicago very rarely misses with their kits.
They never
So
miss.
no.
They're so good.
So that's why I'm like, I'm not surprised. And I think I just have too high of expectations for them at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago, like their kits in the past have been fantastic. My favorite is still the elevated kit from 2019. I have my Sam Kerr ones right there somewhere. The uh, Momentum kit, I think it was called,
Yeah.
with the L train. That one's one of my favorites. Like that
The
was
neighborhood. I mean,
Neighborhood is just they don't miss. Like
no.
the black and red, we were just talking about that. That was the foundation kit a couple years ago with like the gray stars and then the lighter stars or the red stars and then the lighter gray stars going down the rest of the kit. Um, that was a great one too. Um, yeah, they know how to make kits. Whoever's on that team at Nike must be from Chicago, because they just they know how to make good kits still, and that's what I was worried about when it came to that Nike deal. I was like, are we going to get the same people who have been designing those banger kits for years, or are we going to get some people who really don't know how to really capture Chicago? And I think they did, so that's good.
Yeah, especially you don't want the cookie cutter. I feel like some of the kits that Nike puts out are just very cookie cutter, and we're
And
just
we'll
going to
talk
change the
about it.
color. Yes, and we will talk about them. But yeah, and that's what, if this one's not that, that is one of the perks of it, is that it's very unique. I feel like it's one of the only unique ones that came out from the NWSL this year. Again, we will talk about it. But yeah, I I like it. They again, it's hard to disappoint, I feel like, with their stuff. I just feel like I have too high of expectations, as I already said, because they have had so many good ones that you have to start, like, even the good ones, you have to say, like, this one I like better. And like, yeah, you rank
Yeah.
them and you're like, that was still really good, but I have to put it down here because these up here are like top tier.
Yeah.
So it's tough, but it seems like it's got a lot of positive reviews from what I've seen from just fans across the board.
Mhm.
So it seems to be pretty popular. I think a lot of people were surprised at the fact that it was black. I don't think that that was something that people thought, especially in a like a rebrand year, as we were talking about. But yeah, I agree about the crest though. That's the only thing that really throws me off. Like, why is it not full color? But again, I feel like it might look a little weird with
Yeah.
that blue. So
Yeah. It
yeah,
would
I don't know.
probably look weird with the color because you're not matching the style of the kit. But like I said, like the foundation kit was black and red, and they just slapped the um, blue and red logo on it, and it looks fine. So I don't know.
It'd probably just make the socks pop even more and go from there.
Maybe.
But I mean,
Maybe.
I'd have to see it. Like I need to see it, and I won't see it, so it's
Yeah.
hard to say. But no, I overall I thought it was really good, and I it's always fun. Kit drop day is always really exciting, I think. So you got a preview, so you already knew. You didn't get the excitement of
Yeah.
the.
Some of the like casual people that I talk to who either don't watch but at least know that I, watch women's soccer a lot, or people who do watch but they don't pay attention fully, like came up to me and asked me on that kit release day. They're like, you just saw the kit. What were your thoughts? And I was like, I saw it like a month ago. And I was like, I, I'll give you my thoughts that I thought then, and then I'll give you my thoughts now after I've sat on it for a few weeks because they're a little different. Because like many of the people right now, like you had just mentioned, like when I first saw them, it was like I was like black and red. Like, what is happening? I did not that threw me off. And then I sat with it for a few weeks and then started to really be like, okay, this is good. I like this a lot.
Their warm up top though is also top tier.
I like that. I do like that a lot.
Yeah,
It
yeah, I
looks
like the pattern and the color. Yeah,
it looks like it's a similar, like they did the same thing as last year where it's like a similar design around the entire league. The teams just sort of got to pick like their own color if they didn't like design their own. I think I saw a couple that looked just like Chicago's, just with different colors. So, but the colors that Chicago picked, I was like, that could be a kit in and of itself. Like that design's really
that's what
cool. The
I thought
colors
when
are
I saw
cool.
it.
Yeah, and they're the colors of the new logo and stuff, the new crest. So that was a little more in the angle of what I was expecting. But with new kits, new players, come new numbers. And I know some people, if you haven't seen on social media or in our Discord or looked for yourself in the customization options, there were 4 new players that are rostered this year so far for Chicago. Manaka Hayashi has picked number 16. Um, Hallie Makowitz has picked number 22. Michaela Johnson, MJ, number 23. My 20
I
my
love it.
20 my 23 can stay and mean something even more now because now I have 2 players to support with 23. And then Maitani Lopez picked number 77. So there's the 4 players, there's their numbers. I can't get over MJ picking number 23. That's just iconic.
I just love how she made the post and said MJ's
MJ's
back or
back in
something like
Chicago.
that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's amazing. Like
She
the
gets it.
I love the confidence. I love making a post like that, having fun with it. Like I love everything about it. She's going to be a delight, I think, to have in
Mhm.
Chicago.
Yeah, I put it in our media day special, but the one of the members of the media team or the communications team had said to her to Michaela during her press conference, like what nicknames you go by, and she said people around here call me Mickey, but most people call me MJ. And his response was, that the last person named MJ in Chicago won 6 titles. So good luck.
Expectations,
Expectations
expectations.
high.
I
It's
mean,
great.
she probably wants to hit him though. She is a competitor and she's very, very talented. So
Mhm.
I'm excited. I love though the picking of 23, and now you're covered with your 23 back there.
Yep.
It's
Not that
not,
I'm
it's
not
not
supporting Tatum anymore. Tatum's still there. Her cards are there, her pictures there, it's everything. Tatum's still there. But she's just in Utah, whatever. But 23 is good to go. So we, Liz and I, are about to record our reactions to all of the NWSL's new kits, which we will be grading like we're back in school.
yeah.
So stay tuned for an upcoming 2025 NWSL kit review episode that we will release later this week. Red Stars Report will also be holding a customized kit giveaway, just like the one that we did last season for our Discord members. So make sure that you are a part of our community over there on the Discord. It's free. We'll let you know when the contest goes up. You're only eligible to win if you are in the United States, though. But with that, we're going to end the episode there. Make sure that you are subscribed to our channels across all podcast platforms and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you like and subscribe so others can find our content. Follow us on social media at Red Stars Report to keep up with the latest news between the episode. Join our Discord. Great community, great giveaways. And we'll see you next week for another Red Stars Report.